Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to a Friday the 13th tarot reading. So this particular spread was created by myself and is actually featured in this month, so October's newsletter. So if you guys aren't subscribed to my newsletter just yet, I will put that link down below where you can do so if you're interested. Also, the decks I'm using here today will be in the description box down below, and just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. So this particular cloth, this fabric, I actually got from Joann's craft store, and I believe I got this at Spirit Halloween, just in case anyone wanted to know. So let's go ahead and dive right into the reading, you guys. So the first topic here is Jason Voorhees. What trauma needs to be examined during this time, so during this shadowy season? So we're going to go ahead and go into this deck right here, which is called the Colors of Love Oracle. Okay, so what trauma needs to be examined during the shadowy season or just at this time? Ooh, we have lessons in karma. So it says you may be clinging to a relationship, believing it is karmic or that you can learn from it. The karma has completed itself. The new lesson is to let go. Very interesting, because the thing is, a lot of the times we do hang on, because it's difficult to let go of things, especially when they're painful, especially when you feel very connected to somebody. But sometimes we'll use spiritual terms, right? We'll use spiritual labels to say, no, I have to stay connected to this person, or I have to do this, or there's some sort of a, like a mission or a purpose behind this. But the thing is that if you're dealing with like a one-sided connection where there really isn't much going on the other person's end, and you're kind of doing all the work, or there's just like nothing happening in the 3D world, Spirit is basically saying it might just be the lesson is just to simply let go. Like that might be the lesson for you, is for you to let go. So that could be, speaking to someone out there that is needing to kind of face that right now. They're needing to face the fact that something has reached its conclusion and there's no more, there's nothing more to really gather from this situation or learn from it. This simply is just very black and white, time to let go. So that could be very triggering for some of you guys if you're feeling that way already. So this particular deck is called the Deviant Moon Tarot. So let's go ahead and get some additional information here. Okay, so I had some cards fall out, but I'm not going to take them because there's just too many. All right, so I'm going to spread them out like this and grab them. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is basically indicating to us that it might be time for us to just kind of either be by ourselves or really work on ourselves. And maybe we can't do that because we're kind of focusing on another person and all those lessons that we feel like we need to learn, when it comes to this connection. I just feel like there is this sense of empowerment, or this like sense of just, choosing yourself at the end of the day. So sometimes we will cling on to people that we feel like we need to save, that we need to heal, etc. And Spirit's saying enough with those excuses. The only person that you need to focus on right now is yourself. So it's kind of a little bit of a tough love message there. All right, so let's go ahead and get another here, because that might not resonate with everybody. All right, let's see what else. Okay, so we have pushed away. So if you're too nitpicky or bossy, you'll push your love interest away. Perhaps be more tolerant and accepting, or find someone new. Interesting. So this is going to be for those of you that are dealing with somebody that you're just, maybe you're kind of like picking them apart. They're not, they don't do this, they don't do that. And Spirit's basically saying it might be a part of your trauma to nitpick someone. And I'm not a psychologist or anything, but let's just use this as an example. Let's just say you were raised and you had a super judgmental parent, or someone who is always picking you apart. Maybe this is a part of something that you've adopted now, and now you do this to partners, like no one's ever going to be good enough. So this might be something that you need to face right now. You might need to do some shadow work. You might need to do some sort of like, take some personal inventory, because of course at the end of the day, no one's perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of things that people could pick apart within you or pick you apart as well. So it's kind of like we just need to kind of see, like, why are we doing this? Maybe some of us are just trying to sabotage situations because we don't know how to be happy. That's another thing that sometimes people do. All right, let's get a tarot with that. Ooh, we have the Hangman's energy. I'm sorry, the Seven of Swords energy. I wanted to say the Hangman for a second. Okay, what I'm getting is this. Two things, actually. So the hangman that came to my mind immediately, I feel like this is something that's stuck, because that's what the hangman is. Something is stuck, a cycle is stuck, a relationship is stuck, this trauma is kind of stuck here. And we need to see things from a different viewpoint. We need to see things from a different side, okay? So if you are doing this to someone and you're telling yourself like, they're not good enough for me, so this is why I'm doing this. Seven of Swords is the liar, the cheater, somebody who's trying to sneak around. If some of you guys are in a relationship with someone and you're telling yourself, well, they're not satisfying me, and they're not doing this and they're not doing that, kind of like giving yourself permission to do something behind their back, this could be a huge issue, like a huge shadow that needs to be addressed, okay? That's not going to be for everybody, okay? This could be the other way around. Somebody's doing this to you, and the reason that they're doing this to you is not because you're not good enough. It's because they've got some shit going on deep within themselves, so they just keep pushing you away. They keep sabotaging relationships because they don't know how to be happy. So we might think because someone cheats on us or lies to us that there's something wrong with us, when actually it's the other way around. But it is hard to see it from that point of view. So I feel like that's what the hangman is here for. It's helping us to see that this person's issues is not about us, it is about them. And allowing this person that time and space without us to figure it out, walking away from this individual. So this could be connected as in, you've dealt with enough karma here. You've dealt with enough crap with this person. It's time for you to choose yourself. It's time for you to tell them, see you later. I'm not dealing with this crap anymore. I'm tired of these games. I'm tired of you constantly sabotaging our connection. But I feel like there's someone out there, at least one person, that could be using their unhappiness or using what their partner is doing as an excuse to do something behind their back, even if it's not cheating, talking badly about them or complaining to other people about them, when really what Spirit's saying is that it's time for you to just let this person go. Why can't you let this person go? Why are you still hanging on to someone that you don't truly love? Why are you hanging on to somebody that drives you nuts or crazy? So it's kind of like we have to look deeply within ourselves to kind of figure out why we're doing what we're doing. So I feel like there's a message here for at least one person out there. I don't know. But for the majority of you, this is someone that is pushing you away, and that's because they've got a lot of issues here. But we might be feeling like it's us, and it really isn't. All right, let's get another. Into the void. Okay. So I feel like some of you guys are afraid to leave either this crappy situation because it's comfortable. It's like you don't know what your life looks like without it, because that would be like going into the void. It says you must go forward without having a clear picture of what the future holds. See, that's scary. Some of you would rather hang on to a shitty situation than be alone, because the Nine of Pentacles is being okay with being alone, and that is scary. It could be the outcome is not in form yet. Use this time to take risks and to conquer the fear of the unknown or the fear of being alone. So this right here is a trauma here, hanging on to relationships that people we really don't love, or people that don't really love or care for us, accepting dysfunctional or even abusive treatment for some of you guys. And that might just be, what you grew up with or what you feel is normal. It's like your language of love could be a little skewed. So there's a lot of deep stuff coming up here with this particular reading. Hope it's making sense so far. Okay, I love that, because now we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is that you can victoriously defeat this shadow. You can rise up. As you can see here, all of these people are down here, and then that is you. So you can raise your vibration. You can, raise your standards is what I'm also getting. You can come out on top in your life. But I feel like this is going to require you to make some tough decisions, and those decisions might be difficult, but it will be worth it in the end. So the only way to experience victory in this situation, or whatever this is to choose yourself and have that be your priority instead of whatever this dysfunction is or whatever this shadow happens to be. you can victoriously conquer it is what I am getting here. Because I feel like some of you guys are just continuously swallowing swords, and it hurts. It sucks. It's cutting you up. And I just feel like it's because of our trauma or our unhealed wounds and issues. We just keep accepting this crappy treatment from something or someone. This doesn't have to be romantically related. This could just be about people that you just allow to take from you and give nothing back, people that you allow to kind of push you to do things you don't want to do. So this could be about finding your voice and saying no, standing your ground and speaking your truth. That could be it as well. So there's a lot of different lessons here. All right. And last one, we have interference. Okay, so we do have third party here. Some of you guys could be dealing with a situation where there's a third party. So that could be the Seven of Swords cheating energy. Maybe we're justifying affairs. Maybe we're justifying that, well, I'm having an affair, but this person is with someone that's, abusive to them and they don't care about them. So that's why they're cheating with me. At the end of the day, these are all just excuses. Whatever situation that we're in, whatever is making us unhappy, if we're not dealing with it and we're instead choosing to just, kind of go behind the scenes and deal with these problems, it's just a passive aggressive way of dealing with life. It's not a healthy thing to do. The old excuse, my wife is dying of cancer, I have to stay with her. I've heard it a million times, not personally, but I've heard those stories. And it's kind of like, wow, like, is that literally just a tear off from a book of cheaters? I don't know. But it's like some of these stories are just, it is crazy sometimes what we want to believe just to have that connection, just to have that relationship. So there's no judgment here. It just is an indication here that the reason that we might be settling for these excuses or settling for these kinds of relationships with people that are not really available is because of low self-esteem or low self-worth issues. So that's why it's coming through as a trauma here, and something that we really do need to kind of take a deeper look at right now and really figure out, why is it that I am accepting this kind of treatment? Why am I accepting a situation that really isn't going anywhere, right? So I feel like the overall message here is that it might be time for us, especially if it's interfering with your life in a super negative way, where you just feel like you're just lost. You feel low vibrational. You feel depressed and sad. You feel confused. You feel unsettled. This is about taking matters into your own hands and saying, you know what, I'm cutting this off. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. When you're done with whatever you've got going on, whether you're sabotaging behavior, your toxic, dysfunctional ways, or third party, whatever going on here, maybe I'll be over here, but I'm not going to wait for it, and I'm going to take care of myself in the meantime. So some of you guys, the simple lesson, and I know it's not simple, but like the plain old black and white message here is that there's nothing more to learn except for to just stand your ground, speak your truth, respect yourself, and end this eternal cycle that seems to be that you might seem to be stuck in. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Knight of Wands means you're about ready to fly. Okay. It's about flying out of this situation, expanding, traveling beyond this, okay? Going off towards a new adventure. Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, and Sagittarius is one of the signs of the most independence, okay? So it's got the very independent vibe, somebody that really wants to grow and expand. And you can't really grow and expand if you're being bogged down by other people's crap. So I feel like this is a freedom energy. This is saying that you can fly away from this situation at any time. No one is holding you back. Your fear could be holding you back. Yes, empty promises could be holding you back. Maybe a trauma bond could be holding you back, but nothing really actually is holding you back but yourself. So this is about just that head switch, that seeing it from that perspective. It really is that simple, even though it doesn't feel simple. That's why I feel like that hangman vision through that card is what I saw. That's really the overall message here. Right now, you might be stuck, but all it's going to take, it's like you already actually have these answers. You already know this, but we're not applying it. So during the shadowy season, maybe we are going to face our fears and we're going to go into the void anyways, even though it's scary, because to stay in the void, we're only going to get deeper and deeper, into this mess. And the better thing would be to be strong and to be confident and know that you can conquer this fear, this demon, whatever it is, and that you can actually grow and expand and to be more confident moving forward. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's not going to let other people or life circumstances get them down. They're going to keep thriving. They're going to keep rising above situations. They're going to be optimistic. They're not going to just lay down and die because one situation didn't work out or one hiccup in the road. They're not going to allow that to deter them forever. So to me, this is you will survive, even though it might not feel that way right now. Okay? You will survive. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into this deck here, which is called the Cosmic Contracts, the Ties That Bind, and just kind of see maybe what the lesson is here, because the fact that the lessons in karma came up, let's just see what you can take from this, what you can learn from it. Okay, we have submissive. I will make you feel powerless. So the lesson here is that you are actually not powerless. This situation might make you feel powerless. You might feel like you have to submit your own needs and desires because someone else is asking you to. You might feel like you need to sacrifice for someone else or the situation. But Spirit is basically saying, no, you don't have to do anything. It's a choice. So this situation makes you feel powerless, but only if you submit to that reality are you powerless. If you do not submit, you take back your power. So that's a lesson here in this. No one can take our power unless we allow them to. And we have receptivity. I will help you open your heart. The message that I'm getting here, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. People that open their hearts to the experience of love are some of the strongest people on this planet. Cowardly people that don't take risks sometimes are weak. So, that comes with the territory of love. It's kind of like losing animals, for instance. Never getting an animal or never wanting to be in a relationship because you might lose them. Then you're never going to really have the experience of the joy that also is the other side of that too. So I feel like it takes more strength on a person's part to open themselves up and be vulnerable. Even if people can't meet your needs, at least you tried. So I feel like for you guys, you did open your heart to this person. You gave it your all, and maybe they just couldn't give it back. And that's a them problem, not a you problem. Last one, we have instigator. I know how to wind you up. So to me, this was probably the perfect person to get you going in this direction of self-care, independent, self-love, self-worth. So this person actually did do their part to kind of either break you down, make you feel powerless, get you triggered, helped you to open yourself up to them, only to either hurt you or disappoint you. But this is all for a lesson for you to now take back your power and move forward instead of continuously opening up your heart or wearing your heart on your sleeve for this person to continuously just turn you down over and over and over again. It's like, it's time to stop abusing yourself. It's time to stop, I feel like, wasting time on this person or situation. So please, you guys, if that doesn't resonate for you and that's not something that you guys are already feeling deep down inside, this may not be your message today. Okay, so this is for those of you that are ready to hear it. All right. So that is something that we are looking for to be examining during the shadowy season, those things that were just mentioned. So why don't we look at the Machete now? This is tools for healing and empowerment to get out of these swampy waters. Okay. So what are some things that could be perhaps healing, things that will help to aid us on our journey? Okay. So this is, I'm not using this one. I'm using this one. Not yet. Okay. This is my Divine Feminine Healing Oracle. Tools that we can use for healing and empowerment. I love that. Okay, this is exactly what I just talked about, you guys. This is about being fearless. It really is. So it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. This is about you being a freaking warrior. I know what I want and I am no longer afraid to get it. Don't allow whatever has happened to you to now hold you back from future encounters or future situations. Don't give someone in your life that much power to basically break you forever, okay? This is my Shift Your Vibes Oracle deck. I love that. Feel good vibes, help someone. So to me, this is about connecting with people that really want to help each other. Some of you guys could benefit from joining a community of like-minded individuals, such as a support group, some sort of a forum, or just some sort of community where you guys are all kind of that same vibration. So let's just say you have this issue with constantly wearing your heart on your sleeve and just giving the shirt off your back to anybody, that comes your way. It could be that there are other people that have issues with that as well, and they just kind of end up getting hurt over and over and over again. So you could join a support group that's empowering, that focuses on helping yourself before you help someone else. Kind of like when you're on a plane, they always tell you, put your oxygen mask on first and then assist the person next to you, such as a child or whoever else, not the other way around. So I just feel like that's kind of the message here, is that, this is about helping yourself, healing, really figuring out who you are and what you want and feeling good, and then being able to enter into either the dating field again or friendship or whatever it is that you guys want to pursue next. But don't allow someone to break you forever. They can actually help you, right? They can help you be smarter next time. They can help you with remembering something that you dealt with when it came to them. How instead, moving forward, you are going to hold healthier boundaries than you did with that person. So I just feel like this person did assist you in some of these lessons for sure. But don't allow this individual to now break you moving forward forever. Okay? So that's a tip for healing and empowerment. Let's continue. What else? I love that. Enlightenment. Check it out. I understand why I had to choose to learn in this way. Oh, yeah. So some of you guys might be going, why would I have chosen for this person to screw me over, to hurt me in this way? And what I'm getting, you guys, is that they were the perfect person to get you wound up. We already saw this, okay? Because they really triggered your traumas. They really mirrored something to you. They really showed you some aspect of yourself that does need to be worked on. So you did choose to learn in this way when it came to this lesson or this situation. And some of you guys, it could even be that this leads you now to helping other people. I know for me especially, there's certain things that I went through in the past and actually led me to start this channel. And this channel, this is what I get from my audience, is very helpful to them. The information that comes through can be very helpful and very healing, very empowering. So I feel that because of the pain that I went through, and that person that I learned all these lessons from, I've never spoken to again. They're not in my life, but I can still take the enlightenment. I can still take the wisdom from everything I learned from dealing with them, and now apply it to my current reality and how I handle myself in relationships moving forward. So it did help me. And I can see the silver lining now, because there was a time where I had a lot of trauma and issues attached to that wound. But I've since cleared that, and I've since dealt with that and healed it. And so now I can take the lessons and I can apply that, and I can feel good about that now. But it does take time for that, and it does take a lot of work in order to get to that spot. So I feel like that is where you guys are headed, or what you guys have already really done. I love that. Cook a meal. Don't allow somebody wow, I don't know why I can't talk. I'm getting tongue-tied. Don't allow somebody else to hold you back from diving in headfirst once again. Had I allowed what happened to me before, I would have never given Mr. Moon a chance. I just would have been done with love. I would have just been put a fork in me and call it a day. I'm so glad that I didn't let that hold me back, because then I wouldn't be in the relationship that I'm in and the life that I have now. So don't be afraid to indulge, you guys, because the thing is, if you indulge, it might be that, you eat too much and you feel sick, okay? But it's like you're still having the experience. Like, it was great, right? And you're so full and you're so uncomfortable. It was like, wow, it was so great, going down. But the thing is, we're not supposed to stop living our lives and stop indulging and stop taking risks and chances just because this one thing happened. I mean, yeah, we're going to maybe be smarter. Maybe we won't go as crazy or eat as much as we did that last time that we did this, but we're still going to enjoy our lives. We're still going to live our lives. And I feel like that's what the point is here. We're still going to live our life. We're not going to allow that person from our past to ruin our lives. Hell no. And I love this, the universe. I trust in the laws of karma to balance out any scales of injustices. So, yep, had I waited for this person to get their karma, I'd still be holding my breath today. I have no idea whether this person has ever thought twice about me. I have no idea if this person ever felt badly for anything that they did to me. But you know what? It's really irrelevant at this point because I'm good. That's all that matters. So, hey, this is basically indicating to us that the laws of karma are going to balance things out for them and for me, and everybody's going to be happy in the end. So we don't have to wait for that. We don't have to, keep checking to see, does someone still care? Are they sorry or whatever? I mean, those things are helpful to know, especially when you're suffering. But when you're ready to let that go, it's just like you can just have that faith that whatever needs to happen will happen. And it might not be when I am, able to see it or witness it, but just having that faith of knowing that karma doesn't forget a name, that's a peaceful place to be. And I'll tell you that. All right, let's go ahead and get another. Gratitude. Yeah, it's about focusing on the things that we are grateful for. And I just went to go see family just last week. And let me tell you, coming back from that trip, I had a complete and total head change. A lot of the dumb stuff that I was holding on to, or the stories that I was telling myself, or just the stupid little shit I was getting caught up on, I realized life is too freaking short. What am I doing? So sometimes it's like we focus so much on the negative, we focus so much on everything that we've lost that we're not really taking the time to think about what is good in our lives. So that would also be very helpful and empowering to you guys at this time, is try not to think about everything that this person or the situation took from you. Actually give thanks to it, as in everything it did provide for you. And that shifts and changes the vibe, most definitely. All right, one last one. Ooh, we have signs from above. I know that my angels and guides are assisting me. Absolutely, okay? And they are. Sometimes we don't always interpret the signs correctly, but we eventually get there. There are certain signs that I've misread for sure. I was like, I was so sure that is what I was being told to do, was to reach out to that person. I felt it. And then it just went to shit again. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, wow, I should have never reached out to that person. But actually, it's a good thing that I did, because major healing and closure came from that last time of dealing with them. And I was able to finally close a door that had been hanging open for many years. So sometimes just because it doesn't work out the way that we think or have envisioned in our mind doesn't mean that we're not meant to go through certain steps in order to get to that healing and come full circle with the situation. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's get one last card here. Breakfast in bed, chilling out. I love it. Okay. So the thing is, normally I would wake up every single morning and just go immediately into my readings. But what I did this morning is I chilled out in bed with my coffee and my cat. So I think it's so funny that it's coming up. Don't forget Don't forget to live in the small moments. Don't forget to slow down and just do little things, or maybe just tweak your routine here and there to the little things, and really indulge in those moments, because those little moments really, really make a difference. They really do. It helps to just set your energy. I'm kind of getting this vision for some of you guys of sitting in your bed and just thinking about how grateful you are for all those things, even writing out a gratitude list, while you do your coffee. Maybe instead of jumping on social media, you can just sit there and enjoy the peace and quiet of outdoors even, or just, your animals, or just your thoughts. And it might be a great way to start your day. So those are the tools for healing and empowerment to get you out of these swampy waters. I hope some of those suggestions were helpful. So now we're going to go into Camp Crystal Lake, which is suggestions to connect with the spooky season and other people. Ooh, okay. Let's see what wants to come through. All right, suggestions for connecting with this season and others. So this is called the Season of the Witch, the Mabon deck. Or Mabon, however you guys want to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced 2 different ways. All right. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we have fire cider. I love that. I was thinking about making some cider, and this time of year is the only time that I would even kind of, crave something like this. It's not something year round, but yeah, make some cider or make some other festive type of drink with certain spices of this particular season. So whether it's, like a hot cider, could even be like a pumpkin spiced hot cocoa, any kind of a spicy kind of a drink, but it does say fire. So fire would be the spices. So cinnamon's going to be, kind of spicy. I believe that star anise too is a little spicy as well. But yeah, this is about you just really connecting with the season through some sort of a drink. So I really love that suggestion. Very cool. And we have breath work. Ooh, I like that. So this kind of coincides with what I was just talking about, taking some time to breathe, right? Really enjoying the season. I mean, how many times let's just use this as an example, Christmas time rolls around, right? And we're so busy shopping and doing this and doing that, where we don't really sit down and just enjoy the season. So, one thing I really love to do, and I did this actually last year, is I put a Christmas tree in my room. And it was so cool because I just sat there and I looked at the lights, and in just doing something so simple like that just really helped me to connect with the moment and that season. Because so many times before I'm like, wow, Christmas came and went, and I just didn't even really have time to enjoy it. This is about really sinking into the moments and really, really connecting with those moments, because it's all of those moments that make up the most beautiful memories. That's cool. All right, what else? We have, mountain cabin. So that's a suggestion for somebody. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about, it's getting cooler in the season, some parts of the world, maybe not, but this is about maybe getting away, going to a cabin with some family members or even friends, or maybe even just being in a mountain setting where there's nature and you're able to go into the woods or the mountains and really connect with nature. So this is also a way to connect with the season too. Plan maybe a little trip. Ooh. And we have harvest moon. Obviously we just, had the harvest moon, but I feel during the spooky season, all the different moons really connect with the moons and their meanings. We have this new moon in Libra that's tomorrow. So look at these particular moons during this season and really just derive whatever you can from the meaning of those particular moons. Definitely maybe some ritual work during the new moons and the full moons during this particular season. So that would be really, really good to do as well. Oh, we have elderberries. Okay. So when it can be elderberries, yes, but maybe particular fruits, particular things. Like obviously we've got our squash, right? Because that's kind of the season right now. But maybe like apples or cranberries. I'm trying to think of all the different things, but definitely some sort of like fruits or even vegetables. Maybe cook a meal with those particular things to connect with the season. Oh, I love that. Last one. Oh, yep, there it is. Kitchen witchery. So bake some meals, cook some things this season with things that definitely, make you think about this particular season. I mean, there's lots of things that I can think of for like Christmas, like, oh, you want to make gingerbread houses and gingerbread men and all kinds of different Christmas cookies. But, maybe some pumpkin spice things or sweet potato, things like that, using squash in some sort of like pasta recipes or stews and soups. That would be awesome as well. And maybe even adding a little bit of magic to what you are making. So let's just say you make a pie, you could be like drawing some sort of magical symbol. And so that way, anybody who consumes it is really going to be infused with that magic or that blessing, whatever it is that you're putting into it. So great ways to connect with the season. I love it. So let's go ahead and get some tarot cards from this particular deck. This is called the Halloween Tarot. How could we not? Oh, I love it. We've got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is travel. The Knight of Wands is movement. It's about getting out of the house. So, I mean, some of you guys may just be homebodies, and that's totally fine, but it just means like maybe expanding your horizons, maybe doing something this season that you wouldn't normally do. I did have some suggestions in my newsletter this month of things to do, things to get you out of the house, things to really connect you with this season. And one of the things that I can think of is like maybe go to a theme park or maybe go to like your local pumpkin patch, do something that you normally wouldn't do, just to kind of like get you into the vibe of this particular season. We have the King of Ghosts. Ooh, I'm getting with this one. Tell ghost stories or have a horror movie night. Again, more suggestions that I put in my newsletter. Okay, so you guys know that October is my favorite month ever. So this particular newsletter, I did put a lot of my own flair in there, and I did some horror movie suggestions. So just so you guys know, there's some pretty good ones on there that are going to kind of, spook you out. So it could just be you're telling ghost stories around a fire or you're watching spooky, scary movies. And this is connected to Scorpio. Ooh. All right, what else? Oh, we have the devil. That is so cool to me. Okay, so the devil, of course, we can say, oh gosh, it's so evil, it's so scary. But to me, it's kind of like just maybe doing something that, and I don't want to trigger anybody because some of you guys might be like, hell no, I'm not going to do that. Me, I really don't put a lot of energy or significance on these things. I don't even want to say it because I feel like some people are going to be like, that's not the right thing to tell people to do. But if you guys aren't scared of a Ouija board, it's kind of like just having fun. I know I'm going to get shit for saying this, but I can't use it. I can't use anything else as an example. Let's just say we're telling ghost stories, or we're like, doing some like kind of, we're playing with the Ouija board, blah, 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 this and that. It could just be something like that where you're doing something and it's just for fun. But some of you guys are going to say that's nothing to screw around with. Okay, fine. I get it. But to me, I'm sorry. I've never taken it personally. And nothing has ever happened because I feel like whatever belief you put into something, that's going to haunt your ass. Okay. So, I don't have that same experience because I'm real light about it. It's no big deal. It's kind of funny. It's just for fun sort of thing. It's just like a game, but I feel like this devil energy could just be like doing something maybe a little bit on the spooky, or like visiting a haunted mansion, like a haunted house, or like an abandoned asylum or something really creepy where you're just like, oh my God, like something horrible is going to happen. There's going to be ghosts and spirits, just kind of freaking yourself out. But look, I know it's not for everybody, but that could be a way that you guys might connect with the season, is by doing something that you wouldn't normally do. All right, I'm going to shut up on that one. Okay, so that's what we have for that. Now let's go ahead and go into the Campfire, which is a ritual that will prove to be helpful to you this month. Let's look at this. So this little tiny deck is a spell deck, and hopefully I'll be able to read the messages here. I swear my eyesight is getting pretty bad these days, even with the freaking magnifiers. All right, let's see what rituals or spells would be good for this month. Oh, this is so cool. Best self collage. It says, make a mini vision board by cutting out small photos that represent you at your best self and posting them in a small card. Put the card inside your wallet or purse and look at it whenever you need to be reminded of who you're becoming. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I really like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. All right, let's go ahead and get another. We have Enchanted Charm. It says, draw a protection sigil or symbolism on a small piece of fabric and pin it to the inside of your shirt, about 5 centimeters above your navel. This symbol will protect you from gossip or malicious intent. Ooh, that's a cool idea as well. Let's get one more. And we have Soulmate Box. So this says, write the characteristics you imagine your dream partner to have on tiny slips of paper and place them inside a small, what does that say? Small box together with a piece of rose quartz. This will attract your ideal lover to you. I love all of these suggestions. I feel like there's something maybe for everybody here. So that's what we have for suggested rituals. So let's go ahead and now go into the ski mask, which is, how can you better protect your energies and set healthy boundaries? Let's look at this. How can you better protect yourself and set healthy boundaries? Let's go into my Oracle of Chance deck for this. An offer that you can trust. Obstacles will now be cleared. That's kind of cool because this is coming through with how you can protect yourself and set healthy boundaries. So I feel like this has something to do with a lot of like choices, because the octopus to me is also about multiple choices, multiple offers. Okay. Some kind of obstacles will be cleared. So you're going to be guided, or you're going to just kind of like get this gut feeling of what's right for you. Yeah, the time has come to make a decision. So we have a lot of choices and some sort of time frame to make a decision. So how can you better protect your energies and set healthy boundaries? Is by taking the time to make decisions. So that means that if anybody's rushing you, like somebody asks you to do something, or they're asking you to think about something, and you're like, you know what, I need some time. Let's just use this as an example. Let's just say you've patched things up with an old lover or a friend, and maybe they lied to you, maybe they hurt you in the past, and they're trying to kind of get back into your good graces, but you're just, you're taking things slow, and then they want to rush in and they want you to like pretty much just go back to normal immediately. You're dealing with somebody who's not genuine then, because if they can't understand that you need time and that you need to take things slow, then that person, I feel, is just not really sorry. They're not really ready to, take that time and invest in the reconnection properly. So I feel like what this is saying to us is that how you're going to set healthy boundaries with people is by letting people know that you need time, or not rushing into situations just because you're being offered something. Don't just take any offer that's coming to you immediately. Take some time to think about it, or take some time to let something unfold and then make a decision about someone. Because how many times do we meet new people and we just kind of go by the seat of our pants and we just make a quick decision? Yeah, it feels good in the moment. Let me just go for it, only to regret it later. Like, you didn't really know that person. You just kind of let them in. So sometimes instant connections can do that. I mean, I'm thinking about one in particular where I'm just like, oh my God, it feels so right. It's so amazing. I feel like I've known this person forever. Disaster. Total disaster. That situation wasn't right for me. I mean, yeah, it had a lot of lessons to teach me, but I'm just like, I just feel sometimes you don't really know someone. You got to take some time before you just like let them in and just start doing a bunch of stuff. That hair is really bothering me. So let's go ahead and get some details on this. This is called the Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. Yeah, Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups means like you guys don't have to take every cup that comes your way. Just because someone wants to come back or somebody wants to participate with you, you don't have to take it. You have the choice to basically say, you know, I'm okay. Like, no, I don't really want to do that. And somebody might be saying like, you need to do this. You need to like tell me now. And if you feel pushed or you feel rushed, it might be that that's the key that you need to walk away. That somebody doesn't respect your boundaries or your time, actually. That's very interesting. Just because someone comes back doesn't mean you have to give them another chance. That's another thing. Here we have the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups means that whatever you've walked away from, okay, a new offer that's coming to you could be the one that sticks, an offer that you can trust. So if someone has just continuously just, you know, declined your cup, or they've walked away from you, they've abandoned you, things are about ready to clear for you. The time has actually come to choose happiness. So I feel like this is also indicating here that by saying no to a disappointing situation, by saying no to someone's mistreatment of us, the time has come for us to make this decision to choose ourselves. And when we do choose ourselves, then we're actually going to experience more Ten of Cups instead of this feeling of constantly feeling abandoned by someone. You know, we can't abandon ourselves. And if you're abandoning yourself in order to kind of just keep someone in your life, that's no way to live, is what I'm getting here. So the time has come for you to make a decision that you're done with this crap and you want this instead. Yeah, the Five of Pentacles is a closed door. So that it just might mean that we're banging on a door that's closed. It's not opening for a reason. So the time has come for us to make a decision to clear this obstacle and instead go towards people that want to love us back. Go towards situations where it's being reciprocated instead of people that are kind of, you know, they could take you or leave you, or they're just always just leaving your life and just kind of leaving you feeling confused or even used or even abused, all of those things. So this is how you can protect your energy and set your healthy boundaries, is by walking away from offers that really don't match what you're looking for. You know, something that's just constantly just a challenge over and over and over again. Remember the original message. It's time to just walk away from that. There's nothing more to learn. And I tell you, I finally got to that point with the situation in my life where I was like, there is nothing left. I finally understand what I need to do, and that's just walk away, and the cycle is done. And, you know, and especially after so many, so many years of going back and forth and just kind of being met with the same outcome every fucking time. It never got to the Ten of Cups, which is all I ever wanted. And I just feel like some of you guys, just like me, some people just can't participate with you in that way. Maybe we're a dysfunction for them, and there's something that doesn't work for them with us. It's not always everyone else. It can be us too. Or maybe it's just something that's just not meant to be. And it is hard to accept that sometimes. It is hard to just know when to walk away. And sometimes you got to go through hell over and over again to finally get to that point. But this Ten of Cups does tell me here that once you walk away, once you leave something in the past, you're opening yourself up to something or someone or a life that is right for you. It's about time for you to be happy. And it's about you making that choice to close this chapter so you can enter into this new one. So that's how we can set healthy boundaries, is by either declining an offer or not going back to the same old shit that never works. Okay? So our last one, you guys, is the Camp Counselor. What ancestor has a special message for you? So we're going to go into my Spirits of Darkness and Light Divination deck. Oh, I just realized I didn't even turn on any music for this reading like I normally do. How strange. Okay. So we have Spirit of the Wind, activity, movement, and disruption. And we have scrying, Intuition. Okay, this is interesting. So obviously when we're scrying, we're seeing visions. So I feel like this is an ancestor here that speaks to you, or their presence. You are aware of a spirit or presence around you through the activity. It's either things that you see or things that you either feel. It's like a disruption in your home. Something could like come through, like weather, wind, movement, things are moving, something like that. So there's like a spirit that's either with some of you guys in your home, and it's here to basically help you to recognize something. That's kind of cool. So what is this spirit here to help you to recognize or to see? Oh my gosh, the Eight of Cups. We were just talking about this. So this spirit, this ancestor is on board for you to move on, to move forward with your life, to fly out of some sort of situation, like it's time. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you guys, because and to me, it's like you already know this with this intuition, because I got that earlier. Like we already have these answers, but we're just either not wanting to accept it, or maybe we just don't have the strength yet to actually walk away. But we are being shown through signs, through things in our environment. This ancestor is trying to get your attention. This could be like an ancestor, somebody that you actually knew. So someone that you've done life with in this life, and they passed. So they're like a spirit guide to you on the other side, and they're actually helping you by giving you certain signs through objects that you find, things that you find in your path. It's something from them to let you know that they're there, and they're with you during this transition. They're with you as you move forward, as you move up. Okay, they're trying to show you something. Some of you guys could even be communicating with them through cards, through meditation, through readings, and it may be that they're communicating with you, dropping certain things like downloads or something like that to help to empower you to move forward, to move on. So a lot of this reading was about letting go. Yeah, so now we have the spirit of the Grim Reaper. Now, the Grim Reaper comes for you when death is around. I'm not talking about a physical death, but when there is an ending. So we already know that there's an ending here. There's something that wants to end, or I don't want to say wants, but something that should end here. And we are having a difficult time because it's hard to let go. But the spirit of the Grim Reaper is also here. So this is almost like Archangel Azrael to me. This Archangel Azrael is here to really help us to transition. But I definitely feel like this is someone that you guys knew that's on the other side. Like they passed on. Yep, I'm telling you. It's like you either go to their grave or you have their urn. There's some kind of a cemetery. So this is someone that you knew, that rest in peace. Like their spirit guide to you now, and they're trying to help you and communicate to you on the other side. When it comes to these changes that they know that you need to make. And on the bottom of the deck, I've got Ghost. So this ancestor knows a lot about regret, and they don't want you to regret. They don't want you to have any more regrets than maybe you already have. They want you to live your life to the fullest. And maybe they passed on way before their time. Maybe they passed away young. Maybe this is someone who is like, wow, you have so much more life to live. Don't waste your life like I did. I'm literally getting that from them. So this is someone that's speaking from the grave. This is someone who passed away and you know them. This is not an ancestor that you never knew. This is someone you guys knew. Or maybe somebody very close to you knew this person. Like your mother, like a grandmother or a father, grandfather, something like that. Wow, we have the Two of Cups. See, what they want to do is they actually want you to go in another direction. So it's like you're here, like you're moving away from a situation, but it's like over here, the switch, like she's flying into a new situation. Two of Cups. It's a love, it's a companionship, it's two people that are on the same page. So they're bringing you this very loving message that there is still a chance for you to be happy either with another person or in another situation. And they don't want you to hold on to this thing too long because you might not be able to feel it or see it right now, but there is something else out there that's better for you. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get one more set, even though I already got the ghost here, but that was on the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else we get. Yeah, we have Spirit of the Anchor, and that's really nice. They want you to invest in yourself, and that makes sense to me because we had the Nine of Pentacles that came up earlier, and that's usually a card that indicates really focusing on the self, investing in the self, really working on the relationship that we have with ourselves. So right now, if you're being pointed to maybe spending some time on your own, that might be because that's what you really need to do in order to empower yourself right now. Oh my gosh, we're talking about ancestors trying to... This is someone who's related to you. This is a family member. Okay, it could be a friend for some of you, but I mean, that friend could be like part of your soul family. So they don't actually have to be related to you, blood related. But I mean, if you think about it, we're all connected, through DNA. So it's just, this is definitely someone who is a part of your like family tree or your tribe. For sure. But I'm getting for a lot of you guys, and on the bottom of the deck, I'm getting midnight. You might be woken up in the middle of the night, or you see things in the nighttime, and it is connected to the spirit, not to scare you, but to just kind of let you know that they're there. Or you might wake up at the same time every single night. It might not be midnight. It could be a specific time. You always look at the clock and it's a specific time. There is some kind of connection with this particular ancestor that's trying to get your attention. So pay attention to that too. They're here to stay. I'm getting here. This is not just a spirit passing through the night. Nope. This particular spirit is your spirit guide and is a part of your spirit team until you physically expire from this planet. Three of Wands. That's beautiful. This is about the future. This is about aiming for something out there. So where you're at right now currently, okay, the thing to invest in is yourself. But when it comes to something that you want, whether it's a job, a relationship, whatever that might be, okay? Some of you guys might be completely happy in a relationship, so this is not even about a relationship. But there's something that you might want to either accomplish, such as a goal, or you have a particular dream. And this spirit guide is saying, there's still time. It's never too late. Don't give up. You can invest in this dream today. Take a baby step today. It's never too late. So that's the message I have for you guys. So anyways, I hope that you guys really enjoyed those messages. Thank you guys so much for choosing to watch this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy Friday the 13th, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.